What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day today. So in today's video, we are going to cover some more Madden 23 why did I just look over there? Madden 23 XP sliders. I have done two videos on Madden 23 gameplay sliders, which were realistic. You guys seemed to really like that, so I thought we'd go ahead and hop into franchise mode with some Madden 23 realistic gameplay sliders. Please do hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and comment down below. We are almost at 300 subscribers, so it would be great to pass 300. We are so close. Come on, guys, we can absolutely kill it. And with that being said, if we get 3 likes on this video, I will make sure to come out with more videos like this. With that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so here we are back again in my Madden 23 franchise mode with the New York Giants. What you really want to go ahead and do here is pretty simple. Just go ahead, obviously you have the league settings, XP sliders, and then gameplay sliders. Go to the XP sliders. Once you are there, okay, so I should probably just mention before we get into the XP sliders, obviously you have the offensive XP and then the defensive XP. There is also special teams XP. The base is 100. I have actually adjusted it, so anything that's not 100 is something that I have like turned down or up. These are for gameplay, so if you try doing them with the sim, I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work. I'll just explain it really quick. So as you see here, the first 4 quarterback, we have it at 85. I've turned that down to 85, mainly because like if you draft a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback and you want them to become a superstar or an X factor, you're actually going to have to put the work in and actually have them progress, and then they're going to actually have to perform well. So with an 85, mainly for gameplay, and this is why I'm saying these are all gameplay sliders, because with all of these sliders, it really depends on if you're playing the game or not. You get more experience, you can get, you could throw 2 more touchdowns if you're playing the game versus if you actually simmed it, which could ultimately impact, the running back XP, quarterback XP. It affects all of the XP. So 85 for the quarterback seems to be a pretty good balance between realistic and fun. They're definitely going to get a couple of dev points throughout the entire season. Right now with my quarterback, I probably say I have around like 2 or 3. So it's pretty good with that. With the halfback, I just turned it down to 95. The base at 100 wasn't terrible, but I was also just leaning towards it was a little bit too much. So putting it at 95 makes that competitive curve between, like, yes, if they perform well, they'll get the XP, but like if they don't perform like amazing, it's nothing to worry about if they're young, because they'll still eventually build up to it. With the tight end, I put it down to 90. Tight end seemed to be progressing really, really well with 100. I turned it down to 90 just because I was like, you know what? We need, once again, more realism. And it was the same with wide receivers. Wide receivers I turned down to 90 for the exact same reason. Fullbacks, I brought up to 105, mainly because, obviously, in the NFL, fullbacks aren't exactly the most prominent of positions. But I still feel like fullbacks are very, they can be very helpful in a Madden franchise. So 105, just because fullbacks, they're not exactly the highest overalls in the first place. So it just gives them a little bit of a boost if you do want to have a really good fullback. With the tackles, it turned down to 93. As a base setting of 100 tackles, and this goes for tackles, guards, and centers, they progress slightly differently, but I would say that they progress a little bit faster than they should in real NFL. It doesn't mean that they're not going to perform well, but if you have like an 82 overall left guard, or I guess left tackle, they'll probably get to around like an 85 or an 86 at the end of the season, depending on how you're performing with these sliders. With the guards and with the centers, it's the exact same. Centers are actually the ones that are probably, at least in gameplay wise, the most important. I remember I have a 90 overall center. When he got hurt, I had a 75 overall center. And there was a big difference in the offensive line performance with the run game. So 95 seems to be a pretty good base. Obviously, as you see, like all these sliders besides fullback are not 100. I would leave them lower than 100. Madden definitely has inflated the XP, so players are going to progress way too quick. And it goes pretty much all of these sliders here. Everything that I'm covering, what we're trying to go for here is obviously realism. And so I don't want to have like all the tight ends being like really, really good in the NFL. There's a gap between elite, great, good, and then solid. And I feel that these sliders probably complement that the best with all the positions. Going into the defensive XP sliders here. For the defense, we have 90. I brought it down from 100 for the defensive end. Defensive ends is kind of the same as left tackles. It's like a hybrid between left tackle and also wide receiver. with 100, sure, you can keep it at 100, but I brought it down to 90. Seems to be more realistic. Same with the defensive tackles. I actually brought this one down to 88, however, because defensive tackles progress actually pretty fast in Madden 23. So 88 seems like the sweet spot between realistic and also still progressing. Middle linebackers and outside linebackers. As you see here, middle linebackers here, we have 115. Middle linebackers, for some reason, they just don't progress when you're actually playing. So I put it up to 115. If you are doing a sim, I'd honestly maybe leave it at 115, maybe 110. But I wouldn't put it any higher than this. Middle linebackers with this base slider, at least for right now, they progress really well. And I mean, finding that gap between great and good seems to be working well with 115. With outside linebacker, I left it at 100. Cornerbacks are left at 100. I might be adjusting the cornerback XP. Cornerbacks do seem to be progressing pretty fast. And I would like to see a little bit more of a gap, but right now we're leaving it at 100. For the free safeties here, we have it at 110. It's kind of weird between free safeties and strong safeties, because as you see, free safeties here, I put it at 110, strong safeties at 90. With free safeties, I just felt that they don't progress enough, and like there's just not enough talent within the free safety position, so I put it up to 110. With the strong safeties, I brought down to 90. It just seemed to be a pretty good balance. Strong safeties, you know, there aren't obviously a lot of elite strong safeties in the NFL right now. But 90 seems to be a pretty good spot. You'll get some strong safeties that are pretty good. They'll progress throughout the season pretty well. But it's honestly up to the strong safety and how you play them and if they're going to progress well or not. With kickers and punters, the exact same 110 as the default slider. And this pretty much has gone for any bad in the past like 3 years. Leaving it at 100 doesn't seem to work very well, so I brought it up to 110. Seems to be working perfectly here. Look at a couple of XP points per season, and you never know. You could get like a 75 overall kicker in like 4 to 5 years. They're going to be like an 81. So same with punters. But yeah, so I mean, these are all of the Madden 23 XP sliders. Obviously, it was a pretty short video. Just for reference here, I guess I should probably go into let's see here, the league settings. Okay, so looking at the league settings here, just so you guys get a good idea of what I'm working with, it is on All-Madden. Simulation, I would leave it on simulation or competitive. If you want more fumbles, definitely turn it up to competitive. I have it on the slowest for the coaching cost. I like taking my time with these type of franchises. And then obviously with the play call cooldown, it's at 3. Doesn't work well with the defense, but with the offense, it works really, really well. It's not annoying, like overly annoying though with the defense. Looking at the roster size, we have 51, and then yeah, so I don't know. I guess for other gameplay, I guess XP sliders, X Factor, Superstar, and Star. X Factor, I actually have at 55. There aren't enough X Factors in the NFL according to EA on the official roster, so I brought it up to 55. Superstar, I put up to 80. There aren't enough Superstars. We need to boost that up. And same with the Star Dev player, so I brought it up to 415. I wouldn't hesitate if you want to put it up even higher, maybe like 420, 425. That wouldn't be terrible. And then with what I'm working with right now for the XP sliders, this will also really impact you. But having the quarter length, mine is at 9 minutes. It seems to be working really, really well, both with the gameplay sliders and with the XP sliders. So keep it at 9 minutes. If you want to boost it up to 10, go for it. I wouldn't have it any lower though than probably like 7 minutes. It does start to kind of mess with the realism within the actual gameplay, and also your players may not develop as well because they're not getting as many stats. But anyway, so that's what we're rocking with here. I know this was a pretty short video. I just felt like I needed to come out with it though. It seems like you guys absolutely love these type of videos. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy, please do make sure to hit that thumbs up button, 3 likes, and that would be awesome. We're almost at 300 subscribers, so please do make sure to smash that subscribe button and get us to 300. We're trying to reach 1,000 by the end of this year, which would be amazing. But anyway, with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys next time.